centuries known as Lavo, Lopburi occupies a prominent place in the annals of Thai history. It's generally accepted that the city's original name derives from the toponym Lavapura, which referred to a historical region that existed in the central, eastern and northeastern part of the country between the 7th and 13th centuries. The name Lavapura itself refers to the mythical city of Lavapura mentioned in the ancient Indian epic Ramayana and in a certain text from the Gupta period. Early Lavapura was situated in an area where Mahayana Buddhism predominated, alongside significant influence of the local animistic beliefs and Hinduism. Constant contacts between the inhabitants of Lavo and the neighboring Khmer kingdom of Cambodia Desha led to the adoption of religious concepts and a mutual exchange of artistic ideas. These blended Hindu cosmology and astrology with the doctrines of Mahayana Buddhism and tantric practices of Theravada. Throughout present-day Lopburi province in Thailand, one frequently encounters sculptures, architectural monuments and other works of plastic art that bear stylistic influences derived from the fundamentally Hindu artistic tradition of the Khmer. Perhaps the best-known archaeological monument and the emblem of Lopburi is the temple of Phra Prang Sam Yot, literally Temple of Three Towers, which was built in the early 13th century under the patronage of the powerful Khmer Emperor Jayavarman VII. It was during the reign of Jayavarman VII that Khmer Empire reached the height of its power. Its long-standing political rivals Champa and Dvaravati were decisively defeated, while the extensive territories of Korat Plateau and the valleys of the Chao Phraya and Mekong rivers came entirely under the control of Angkor. As you can see, I stay in front of Phra Prang Sam Yot temple in Lopburi. In ancient times, Lopburi been a capital of Dvaravati kingdom, ancient Mon kingdom that had been established from 7th to 11th century AD. But later this kingdom fell into dependence from Khmer Empire and later be consumed by Khmer Empire when Suryavarman II, Khmer Emperor, intervened into the premises of Mon kingdom, and very soon it fell. By the way, Thais, they appeared on historic scene much later. Lavapura was also closely associated with the early Mon polities such as Suphanburi, Sitep, Sima, Nakhon Pathom, Nakhon Chai Si, Nakhon Sitamarat and Pimai, which existed as a loose confederation known as Dvaravati, or so-called Mandala states. The Dvaravati confederation endured from the 6th century till the beginning of the Khmer Empire's major westward expansion in the early 11th century. After Lavo and its neighboring states fell into de facto vassalage to Angkor, the center of the confederation shifted to Ayutthaya, which eventually became an independent centralized state. For more than 3 centuries, Lavo remained a political and cultural outpost of Angkor. In the early 11th centuries, at the command of Emperor Suryavarman I, a sophisticated system of artistic canons and standards was introduced in Lavo, a synthesis of the local traditions with the dominant classical Khmer style of the period. Over 300-year period of political dependence on Cambodia Desha, several outstanding Shaivite temples were built in Lavo in this style. earliest of these temples, Prang Khaek, dating to the 10th century, was constructed during the reign of Jayavarman VII, whose son held the high official post in Lavo. The Khmers introduced to the monks the Hindu cults of Shiva, Vishnu and the syncretic deity Harihara, while also supporting Mahayana Buddhism, which was practiced by the Korean nobility and emperors. Jayavarman II patronized Mahayana Buddhism in his subject territory of Lavo more actively than Shaivism in his own capital. In the first half of the 13th century, Lavo's statehood was briefly restored by the famous ruler of the Thai Sukhothai kingdom Prang Khaek, who made the city his vassal territory. However, it retained this status only until the end of the century. Following the invasion of Ayutthaya's army into Kambuja-Deshi and the fall of Angkor Thom in 1431, Lavo finally slipped out of the Khmer sphere of influence, and like the other former centers of the Dvaravati confederation, it was incorporated in the territory of Ayutthaya as a province. The city experienced a revival in the second half of the 17th century during the reign of the King Narai the Great, the westernizing monarch who cultivated relations with European powers. He built a palace in Lopburi, moved to the court there, and spent significant periods of time in the city, devoting himself to hunting and to the capture of wild elephants. After King Narai was deposed in a coup orchestrated by his closest advisor Petra Cha, the capital was moved back to Ayutthaya, and Lavo was abandoned until the 19th century. Built into the landscape of ancient Lavo, King Narai's palace occupied a rectangular area enclosed by high walls with bastions at the corners. Its inner space was divided into 4 sections. In the northeastern sector were a main entrance and 12 berry houses intended for export goods, as well as elephant stables. At the time, elephants were a vital strategic resource for the kingdom. After King Narai's death, these structures gradually fell into disrepair over the course of 2 centuries. Their restoration began only in the mid-19th century during the reign of the Rama V Chakri, who ordered the palace to be renovated and renamed Pranarai Ratchanibet, meaning the residence of King Narai the Great. The city itself was also renamed to Lopburi. Integrated today in the landscape of the old city, the Devastan Prang Khaek temple emerged as early as the 10th century. It's quite possible that this was the very first temple built by Khmer in Lavo. Over the time, decorative elements were added to its 3 prangs, primarily intricate stucco ornaments. In the sanctuary of the central prang, a pedestal of Shaivite lingam was discovered, which unequivocally indicates that the temple was originally dedicated as a Hindu shrine.